not Hamza, Hussam. It's my dyslexia. I'm very sorry. Yeah, you smashed by Leverkusen tonight.
He hasn't seen many titles like me. Sorry.
The manager that you wanted over Slot just got dunked on. Talk to me about how brilliant your team were tonight.
Yes, KJ. I think this game was absolutely fantastic, to be honest with you. Sorry, it's my dyslexia. KJ, big up KJ. When it comes to this game today, we absolutely slapped up Leverkusen. Listen, that second half was fucking some sexy football, to be honest with you. And it's funny because the first half it was a bit stinky, but then second half we just woke, like, I don't know what that, like, Slot must be slapping these players up at halftime, because that second half was unbelievable. Curtis Jones made a risky pass. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, what the fuck is happening here? Curtis Jones is actually attempting a through ball into space. Bro, we're cooking right now. Luis Diaz has scored a hat-trick. Luis Diaz, the same guy that was missing one-on-ones last season, has scored a fucking hat-trick in the UEFA Champions League. We need to understand something. We can't push this game to the side like it means nothing. We just slapped up the German champions by 4-0. Kept a clean sheet against them as well. Boniface was nowhere to be found. Konate and Van Dijk is... You literally just lost to the Portuguese champions 4-1. So don't do the whole ooh thing. Anyway, we beat the German champions by 4-0. You know, clean sheet as well, which is fantastic. I love the fact that we're keeping clean sheets because we're building up our defense. Luis Diaz deserves a fuck ton of credit for today, because that finish was so composed. And once again, credit to Slot, because Slot did something that I don't think any tactical or any football fan is capable of thinking of. He played Luis Diaz as the striker today. If I did a show earlier on with Tom today, if I told him I want to play Luis Diaz as a striker, he would have laughed in my face. But he did that, and he actually scored a hat-trick, and he fucking cooked all game long. Today, we did something that we don't usually do. We had 11 people who can play the sport out there. Because Tsimikas was the starting left back. Mo obviously played Gakpo and Diaz. There was no Nunez. There was no, like, it was pure just technique. Soboslai didn't play. Endo didn't play. So we had Curtis, McAllister, and Gravenberg. And we kept the ball really well. Even in the first half when we weren't really that good going forward, we still kept the ball really well. We passed the ball unbelievably well. And listen, today, Slot proves why, you know, it's correct decision to take him over Xabi Alonso. Xabi today, listen, you're my legend. You get me? But we had to do it.
Wow.
We had to slap you.
You're a fraud. Wallahi, you said slow up. You
cry, mate. Cry.
You said slow up, man.
Cry more. You are an Arsenal fan. You're an Arsenal fan. You are a Madrid shirt. Cry more.
Hamza.
Anyway,
Hamza.
Six-time European champion is talking. Stop.
We know that he didn't want Slot, but he's already, unlike you,
I've already owned it.
He's already owned it. Apologize. We've moved on. You can't bring up things that have already been addressed. That's not the way things work, mate.
Yeah, that's not the way this works, mate.
It's not. No. That's not. Sorry, that's not what the definition of. That's not what the definition of admitting a mistake and saying you've changed your mind due to new information is not hypocrisy, my friend. Yeah. That's not what hypocrisy is.
Yes, that's something that you don't know about Hamza. Also, respectfully, you know, this guy keeps telling Arsenal fans, because of you, I can't go to Germany. Because of you, English people can't go to Portugal anymore. Because you just got slapped up. We beat Porto 5-0 3 times. Porto, who actually have a Champions League. Sporting Lisbon are the 3rd biggest club in Portugal, and he got slapped 4-1. Now, no English fan can go to Portugal. We can't because of you. Because you embarrassed us in Portugal. Imagine someone wearing a City kit in Lisbon. Absolutely embarrassing, bro. So stop.
My manager, baby. My manager.
Listen, I want to say one final.
Don't destroy that manager.
You know what's crazy? This is the best result in the Champions League for 11 years for Man United tonight.
Yeah, 100%. The best result all season, man.
I want to say something that I'm ready to admit now. I have to say this. Mo Salah is the best player in the league. I think he's the best player in the Premier League. Like, this guy, once again, when he missed his chance, when I was doing my watch along, I was like, listen, Mo gets to miss that chance because I know he's going to do something. And then he just gets 2 assists directly straight after. Like, just unbelievable player, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm very happy with today's win, man. I'm confident in us beating.
I think
Aston
he's the
Villa.
best player in the world at the current moment with how Mbappe and Vinny Jr. are playing. So
I'd actually say he is the best player in the world. Yes.
yeah,
I agree.
why are people so afraid of saying that, bro? It's a simple. Have you seen Vinny play against Barcelona? Have you seen Mbappe
No,
play?
you know why? Because 2 weeks ago they were saying that guy from Chelsea was the best player in the world. 3 weeks ago they were saying Haaland was the best
Mo
player in the
himself
world.
said it. It's crazy.
No. So this is
Never
people
say
say
Palmer is the
crazy
best
things.
player in the world. You fraud.
Not you, but people were saying Palmer was the best player in the world, right?
There's no denying that Mohamed Salah is so underrated, and people just do because of aesthetically not great. You know what I mean? He's so underrated. The assist, the left foot, right. People just misunderstand that someone like Mohamed Salah assists with the right foot, left foot, header, can shoot, can first touch is there. His work ethics, his physiques at the age of 32. People just underestimate these things.
You're so right. When you look, for instance, at Savio for City tonight, when you watch the way he cuts inside, beats the man, his skills, it looks amazing. But at the moment, it might change in future. But at the end of it, there's nothing. Therefore, everything he's doing is pretty much pointless in a professional game of football. That being entertaining with no good cross at the end, or his shots all going over or wide or straight at the goalkeeper. Just the way I view football is that means nothing. Ronaldinho was doing it, but scoring at the end. Therefore, I go, wow, right? And that for me is why Mo Salah, I don't get why he's so. As a United fan, I shouldn't have to fight for him, but I feel as a football fan, I have to. The level of goals, the level of consistency, the level of performances, the availability, the trophies, the fact that he is technically still a very good football player. He's not like he's some sort of bum. The lack of respect that this man gets is crazy. And if Slot's team this year keep going from strength and he goes on to win another Prem, another Champions League, I've said it for the last 3 years. I say it again. The man's in the conversation to be the Premier League GOAT. And if Liverpool fans would do the right thing and put him above Gerrard, you guys have the power in the media to get him crowned that. I genuinely mean that. It's not even a dig at Gerrard. I'm trying to praise that. Like, you could literally get someone crowned the GOAT in the Premier League. You guys control the media in terms of the punditry. You've got a lot of power in that space. You guys should be. If it was a Man United player, I'd be imploring us to push it. I'd be imploring us to push the agenda. I really would. But Tom, on the game tonight, a lot of Liverpool fans wanted Alonso. I think Slot demonstrated why he was the right choice, right?
Yeah, you knew what that game was going to shape up to be, which was a bit of a chess match. And you saw that in the first half. Neither team really wants to commit to anything. There was mistakes as both teams were trying to figure each other out, feel each other out, and then that second half freed up Salah a bit. That was one of the most insane creative performances I've seen from Salah in a Liverpool shirt. Anytime he got the ball on the right-hand side, whether he was going outside the foot cross on the left, inside the foot cross on the left, cross on the right foot first time, cross on the right foot after beating a man. He was so influential in everything. The midfield, Gravenberch and Jones done exceptionally well. Luis Diaz as a striker, I think Slot said in his interview, Jonathan Tah is a guy who likes to go up against big physical strikers, so he played Diaz to drop off him and run around him and cause problems in that way. And that first goal, he goes off the back of Jonathan Tah, chips the keeper. So again, the stuff that we're working on pre-match, the stuff that we're identifying pre-match and in-game, Arne Slot is reading it, making the changes, and we're benefiting from it defensively. They had 0.8 XG today, and one of them, half of that was from a header from Boniface. So once again, what was, for all intents and purposes, one of the best teams in the world last year, and has still been very good this year. We limited to one big chance, which went wide and could have even been offside. Attacking wise, we just looked so good. It could have been 5 or 6 with the amount of chances we were creating and just the constant way we were creating them. But if there's one thing I can take from today's game, it was a great result. It was a great performance. I think that overall it deserves credit, because I think the first half we were just we made sure that we didn't give Bayer Leverkusen a chance to imprint on the game and dominate the game and ruin that side of it. But great performance, great results. But I really need to see what we're going to be like against these bigger teams that we've got to play and these better teams that we've got to play. Because I know that Leverkusen, they went unbeaten in the Bundesliga last year, but that's not enough, is it? We need to wait until we see like Southampton or something like that. These real tough tests. And I mean, the last thing I'll say, Tom Little of the summer would have had an absolute field day with this results. Amorim beating Pep 4-1. Alvaro Morata winning the game for AC Milan at the Bernabeu, and Liverpool
He's
beating
the enemy manager
unbeaten.
now, Tom.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I can't enjoy it now, Hassan. If this was a month ago, before he'd even agreed to join United, best believe I'd have been on this show, regardless of if Liverpool had played or not. And now it hurts. Now I'm sitting there going, why? It's a
By the way, Tom, I think everything you said about Amorim, I'm like, is so true. It's so true. I think there's something special there.